Something big could be coming for the New York Giants. The trade deadline is approaching fast, and with the team sitting at 1-4, decisions must be made now. Will the Giants finally pull the trigger on a blockbuster move to save their season? Could a major trade bring real help for rookie quarterback Jaxson Dart? And is star receiver Chris Olave actually on his way to New York? Giants fans, buckle up, because what's being discussed right now could completely change the future of this team. But before we get into it, if you're a die-hard Giants fan, make sure you're subscribed to Big Blue News. We're your go-to source for daily, engaging content on all things Big Blue. Help us reach our goal of 3,000 subscribers this offseason by hitting that subscribe button now. With the NFL trade deadline just weeks away, the New York Giants find themselves in a familiar position, struggling, frustrated, and running out of time to turn things around. Sitting at 1-4, the question now is simple. Should the Giants buy, sell, or stand still? After another disappointing loss, speculation has exploded about what general manager Joe Schoen might do before the November 4 deadline. And make no mistake, there are some massive rumors out there. We've already heard all about the Russell Wilson situation, constant whispers that the Giants are open to trading the veteran quarterback. But up to this point, Schoen hasn't picked up the phone first. Instead, the front office seems to be waiting for calls to come in, waiting for other teams to show interest before making a move. But that's not where the story ends, because there's a new trade proposal making noise across the league, and it involves one of the most talented young receivers in football. The shocking proposal, Chris Olave to the Giants? According to Pro Football and Sports Network, PFSN, there's a trade idea floating around that could send Saints wide receiver Chris Olave to the Giants in exchange for Darius Slayton and a 2026 second-round pick. Yes, you heard that right. Chris Olave, one of the NFL's rising stars, potentially catching passes from Jaxson Dart in New York. Here's how PFSN justifies the move. They argue that the Giants are stuck in a rebuild after a rough start and that the Russell Wilson experiment has failed. Malik Neighbors, their most promising rookie wideout, is out for the season, and right now, Dart is throwing to what many analysts call one of the weakest wide receiver groups in the NFL. That's where Olave comes in. He's young, explosive, and already one of the best route runners in football. Bringing him in would instantly give Dart a reliable, dynamic weapon, a receiver who can create separation, make contested catches, and grow alongside him. In theory, this move makes a lot of sense. It would help Dart develop with a real WR1, give fans something to believe in, and show the locker room that the front office is committed to building around its young quarterback. There's a big question about whether this trade actually makes sense for either side. First, why would the New Orleans Saints accept that deal? Darius Slayton is 28, and even though he's a solid veteran, his $9 million guaranteed salary next season isn't cheap. Chris Olave, on the other hand, has been a cornerstone for the Saints' offense. And even though his guaranteed salary is higher, his ceiling is way beyond Slayton's. Then, from the Giants' perspective, this deal also raises concerns. Slayton just re-signed with the team. He's inconsistent, yes, but he's still one of the few receivers on this roster who can stretch the field. Trading him, plus giving up a valuable second-round pick, could leave New York even thinner at receiver depth while also limiting their future draft flexibility. Let's not forget, the Giants already traded away their 2026 third-round pick in the deal that brought Jaxson Dart to New York. If they give up their second rounder too, they'd have no day 2 picks at all in 2026. That's a major price to pay for a rebuilding team. He's just 25 years old and already has back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons under his belt. In just 5 games this season, he's caught 33 passes, on pace for more than 110 receptions, a career high. Even last Sunday, when the Saints faced the Giants, Olave had 7 catches for 59 yards, a reminder of what he's capable of, even in a limited offensive system. If the Giants had Olave right now, Dart's life would be completely different. He'd have a reliable number 1 option who can win routes, find space, and help him gain confidence throwing the ball. For a young quarterback still trying to find his rhythm, that's priceless. The reality is this: The Giants have a glaring problem at wide receiver. Malik Neighbors' injury left a huge hole, and Sunday's loss exposed just how thin the unit really is. Slayton struggled. Jalen Hyatt and Bo Collins couldn't create separation. Wan'Dale Robinson is reliable, but he's not a game-breaker. It's clear. Jaxson Dart needs help, and he needs it now. The Giants' front office has a critical decision to make before November 4th. Do they take the risk and trade for an elite receiver like Olave to help Dart's development? Or do they hold on to their draft picks, accept another rough season, and focus entirely on the future? There's also a third option: restructure the deal. Maybe swap Slayton out for Jalen Hyatt and a smaller pick package. Hyatt still has upside, and that could make the trade more appealing for New Orleans. But one thing is certain: something has to change. Fans are frustrated, the offense is broken, and every week that passes feels like a missed opportunity to build around Dart. Giants fans, here's the truth. The team can't afford to stand still anymore. The season is slipping away fast, and if Joe Schoen truly believes in Jaxson Dart, he has to act before it's too late. Would you trade for Chris Olave if it meant giving up a second-round pick and Darius Slayton? Or should the Giants hold on to their draft capital and trust the rebuild process? Because one thing's for sure: whatever happens next could define the Giants' future for years to come.